again today. Today is such a beautiful day. I hope that you guys are having an awesome time wherever you may be in this beautiful place. Anyway, let's get straight to it. So, today I want to talk about what happens when you continue to get into relationships when you haven't moved on from the one that you were just in, or the one that you may have had a heartbreak. So what happens is, of course, you will continue to go down that same cycle, that same path, trying to learn the same lessons. And a lot of times, if you think about it, you hear a lot of people say, it just seems like I always get the wrong girl, or I always pick the same guy, or, the same this or that. And the reason why is because we haven't learned something that we should have learned from the one that the relationship that we fell in, or where we had our heartbreak. We haven't learned what we should have learned, whatever lesson that is. We haven't taken the time to self-correct and grow from that. So if you continue to just jump into relationships, you will experience most likely the same type of people, the same type of patterns, and you're going to have the same results because you didn't get what you should have gotten. And actually, there's a story, if you're familiar with the Bible, that talks about the people of Egypt and how they continue to go in that same circle, for 40 years. So that's, if you take that same concept and you apply it to your life, if you haven't learned what you should have learned, you will continue to repeat and go through that same cycle again. So the next person that you are in a relationship with, you're going to see something, may not be the exact same, but it's going to be similar. It's going to be a lesson that you didn't get, that you should have gotten. Now you're repeating that over until you get it. So the answer to that is to take the time to heal completely, to self-reflect and see what it is that you need to improve upon, and master that. Once you master that and you get your total healing, and that's only going to come by taking a look at yourself in the mirror and seeing what needs work and what needs healing. And if you haven't healed completely, you're going to go through the same thing. Just for an example, if you hurt yourself, or you get a cut or a wound, and it's a deep wound, and you haven't properly healed, but you're still applying the same pressure and the same thing that injured or caused you to get the wound or the cut, it's really not going to heal, and you're going to feel the same pain, and you're not going to grow. It's never going to, go to that healing state. And you'll continuously be talking about, oh, it never healed. I'm still in pain. I'm still hurting. And you're going to carry that hurt into the next relationship. And people can recognize and see that. Most people can. So if you're hurt from a previous relationship and you jump into another relationship, the person that you do jump into that relationship, you're going to actually give that person that hurt that you have. Whatever you're going through, or whatever that you haven't healed from, you're going to give it out to that person. That person is going to see it. So hopefully that person is not also coming from the same type of experience that you had, where they're not healing either, because then that'll be a complete mess. That'll be just a total disaster. So I recommend for you, when you do go through heartbreak and pain, is to take the time to look at yourself in the mirror and self-reflect and see what it is that you need to correct and you need to heal from, then move on. And some people, they heal faster than others. So I won't even put a time stamp on that. It just depends on you and your personal growth. So if you know that you are still hurting and you're still drooling over somebody else, then you're not ready to move on. And remember, I always say that you can only give out what you have on the inside. So if you're still hurt from your past relationship, you're going to give out some type of hurt in your future relationship, and that are the relationship that you're in, if you're jumping from relationship to relationship. Because if you're still um, not completely over that person, guess what? The person that you're in the relationship with is going to feel that. And it may end up hurting them because they're in a relationship with you and they don't understand why you're still, worried about the other person, or why you're still in that place. So you're not ready. Don't disadvantage anyone else. And also, you don't want to do that because you're wasting someone else's time. You're not considering them when you actually do that. So if you're not 100%, then you need to take the time to self-reflect and get it together, because guess what, when you are 100%, then you can give 100%, and when you are healed, then you can give healing. But if you're hurt, then that's what you're going to give. You're going to give hurt. If you're disappointed, if you're bitter and you're angry, you're going to give out bitterness and anger, and all of that. So I recommend and suggest that you take the time to pull out your mirror and see who you really are and where you're at in your life, and choose to heal from that. Then get into a relationship. Otherwise, it's going to be a roller coaster of disaster. And that's why people say, oh, it seems like I always get the bad one. Or, it seems like I just keep getting the wrong. I have bad luck at relationships. No, the relationship first starts with yourself. So if you take care of yourself, then you have something to give to someone else in another relationship. So you can't start off in the negative and then talking about you're going to give somebody something. You don't have anything to give if your balance is already in the negative. But anyway, if you want to be notified every time I release a video, please do subscribe and ring the bell. And in the meantime, guess what?